This is Cassper Nyovest, aka the New Age Dog Shibboleza. Right now we are on campus at AFDA in Durban, and this is Student TV. Keep watching this. I think it's an entertaining and interesting channel. Easy Mufasa. Peace.
For those who don't know me, I go by the name of Cassper Nyovest. I'm from... I just came here to just interact with you guys because we're doing this show on the 1st of December, and we decided to come to an art school and just come and interact, take pictures. By the way, you guys look so beautiful, so many beautiful faces. I think it's an intimate setting, but I think we could just do like questions or whatever, so. Yeah, let's just do a Q&A. I just want to get to know you guys, find out what you guys are doing, what are you studying, what's the vibe, right? If you have any questions, no questions. No. There's no questions. What you want to do is just take pictures, that's all. Oh yeah, that's a picture, yeah. Yeah, let's take pictures.
Are you looking to do any future collaborations with undiscovered artists?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be living in Durban for like a month. So, we're looking to collaborate with a lot of people. And I think maybe this is one of the right places to start in terms of art. So if you have a question or whatever, if you could just introduce yourself first and tell us what you do, and then you can talk. Yeah. There's a mic. Hi, how are you doing? Yeah.
My name is Nancy Papesha and I'm doing helping, which is live performance. My question is basically...
Can you please repeat that? Love?
Live.
Oh, I thought you said love performance. I was like, what?
No, I'm doing...
I love this school.
Okay, my question is, do you have any giveaway tickets to the...
You have your answer. I like these people, man, you know? We don't have right now, but I have to, I have to make a plan. I have to make a promise. Yeah. You should take her name. Yeah.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm chilling.
As I already introduced myself, I'm spoken to Shizzy. I studied live performance. I wanted to ask you one thing that we know about you is that you're quite a risk taker and you have a courage in your convictions. You know for sure what it is that you're going to do and you follow through. So advice in terms of those of us who like overanalyze and really anxious about making those kind of bold decisions, you know, because to be honest, you wouldn't be where you are if it wasn't for the bold decisions you made. So.
Yeah, great question. I go through the same thing myself, where, you know, I second judge myself, and I used to tell my friends that I was more confident when people didn't know me, because I had nothing to lose. I used to talk crazy, like when nobody knew me, I used to say, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna fill up the dome, I'm gonna do that, I'm the best, and nobody would get offended, you know, so they would let me talk like that. now I can't talk like that. Like every time I say something amazing about myself, I'm cocky, right? So I have all these different opinions that I have to deal with, and I constantly have to remind myself that the only way I could ever stand out in this earth is if I'm completely myself. You know, I think too many times we you know, conform into the person that people want you to be. You know, people will tell you you're too loud, you're too this, but that's because you. It's not. I don't think it's only haters. I think people deal with so many insecurities that they can't they can't function well around people who are not insecure. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes your confidence comes off as, you know, some sort of, I don't know, disrespect, or it offends other people. So I think the answer to all of that, because I used to deal with anxiety, is to just completely love yourself and who you are, and be honest with yourself and be comfortable in your own skin, and you know, you grow out of that. Yeah.
Thank you.
She's been having her hand up the whole time. I love her. You guys good.
Okay, lebitso la ka ke Baba Lofane.
Oh yeah.
I study live performance. Ke motho wa Thabanchu.
Yeah, oh, okay. He's from Tabanchu.
And I want to know, like, if Ribata merch, if you want merch in Durban, is there a way for us to get it?
Oh yeah. We're doing a pop-up store soon in Durban, because I'm gonna be living here, so we're gonna do a lot of activations. So we're gonna have a pop-up store at the mall soon, where people gonna have merch. Yeah.
Hey.
And me and you, do you speak Zulu? Yeah. I'm living here, so I'm learning. My Zulu is horrible.
No, yeah.
Nyafunda.
No, look at the session.
Okay, now not the Milton, let's go. Yeah.
Hi, Cassper.
Hi, how you doing?
My name is Lianda Mazibogo.
You guys all just love each other. It's so good. Yeah.
Big fan. I'm studying music right now, and my question is, what has been like your biggest struggle or challenge in the industry?
My biggest challenge. It's a tough question. I think the music industry is challenging, you know. The music industry is challenging, and it has a lot of challenges. So when you say my biggest challenge, I have to go through like so many things to pick my biggest challenge. But I think the question that she raised earlier, you know, I think the biggest challenge in the music industry is just to be yourself and stand out, you know, because the music industry has trends, and they change from time to time. Like, I remember on my first album, I was the trend. So everybody says, yo, the savior, thank you so much for saving us, the Lord. And then the second album, people are like, no, we're not sure, you know. And then the more you stay in the game, the more people get used to you, and now you washed. Now there's like the new Nasty C's, they're the trends, you understand? So in 3 years time, he's not gonna be the new guy anymore. It's gonna be someone else. So I think the biggest challenge in the music industry is to stay relevant and stay yourself, because, you know, a lot of people go with the trend. Like if there's Nasty now, who's like the hottest kid right now, a lot of people wanna try sound like him, you know, and you will never do Nasty C better than Nasty C. You know, that's just like you'll never do Cassper better than Cassper. So I think, but when you look at someone like DJ Tira, who's been able to survived throughout all of that. And it was because, you know, he remained himself. He was just like, okay, you guys want to do this? Yeah, I'm just gonna get there and say, and it was over there. So that's the biggest challenge. Just remaining an individual and staying relevant. Yeah. Left. Yeah, left. Sham Scarborough.
Yeah, they're saying shame because I'm the minority BCom.
Yes.
I think there's about 6 BCom students in my one class. So BCom in Business Innovation and Entrepreneurship. So I think I have a really important question because you came from being a rapper.
Yeah, did you introduce yourself? Your name first.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie. And you came from becoming just a rapper, you went into becoming an entrepreneur, and now running a successful business, not just relying on, you know, your lifestyle as a musician and as a rapper. I want to know some challenges, just a few, not necessarily the hardest ones, but some challenges you had as an entrepreneur being that game in South Africa, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, thank you. Great question. I didn't transition from being a rapper to a businessman. I was a businessman from the start, right? Yeah, so to answer your question, the most difficult thing that I came across was to build the foundation of a business, you know, because you first without funding, because it's so difficult to also find funding to start businesses as a young person in South Africa. You know, we have all these different institutions that the government, you know, puts up, but I don't think we have the information. And when you get the information, then there's the political stuff that, you know, some people get the funding, the right people don't, you know, there's too many things that we have to do it. So I think the most challenging thing for me was just to build the foundation without capital, as a black man, starting without like a rich father giving me money. And, but once you build a strong foundation for any business, I think everything else is easier from there. Yeah. Yeah, how you, oh, she.
Good afternoon, sir.
How you doing,
My
man?
name is Roshan Nyovest and I study music performance. My question for you is it a strategic move right now in our country to be an independent artist?
Strategic. Yo, thank you for the, you guys are too smart, man. I should have went to a primary school, honestly. I'm being challenged. Is it strategic? You know, my whole career I was always against signing to major record labels. Like that's, if you followed me, you would know that. I'm always like, yo man, record labels are messed up, they stealing our money, all of that. And I was able to build the life that I live because I own my music, right? And my brand and my business. And it helped me. But I don't think every single musician or artist will be able to build what we've been able to build, you know, through being independent, right? So I think the answer is to study and know your worth and know the business, because a lot of people don't know that. So if you don't know, you know, what you can own, like the publishing and the masters and all of that. For instance, like Chance the Rapper is independent, but he's not fully independent. He just owns his music, but he partners up with so many major labels. That's why he's able to cross and he's able to be marketed around the world. If he was just solely an independent artist, we wouldn't know him in South Africa. So I think, you know, it's about just studying, getting the information, and knowing the music industry in and out before you decide to be an artist, and then you will make a decision that fits you. You know, it wouldn't be wise to do something that somebody else did if you don't know what it is. Just because they said it's cool to be independent, but if you don't know what it means, then it might not be the move for you. 2 more questions. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, Cassper.
That's my friend.
Okay, my name is Tanit Norris. I'm a music student, and I just wanted to ask you, how do undiscovered artists like myself get to collab with big artists as yourself? Like, how do you go about it? Because it's so difficult.
I think the easiest thing, how it works, that everybody wants to work with somebody, even if you're not known by everybody, but people want to work with people who have a little buzz, you know? So it starts with my mentor. So it's the first time I speak about him ever since he's passing, and he used to say to me, the only thing he wishes is for me to go back to school, right? At that time, when I was 16, he never used to understand why I didn't want to go back to school and whatever. And he said, you have to understand, when you're in school, you already have a fan base. So everybody, you see, when they said your name, everybody was like, yes, baby girl, that's my friend. That's already your fan base, right? So you start with that network, and that network grows, and then soon enough, everybody in Durban knows you. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as you can get that right, everybody's gonna start approaching you, because everybody always wants to work with the new guy who's, you know, hot there, and they wanna, you know, people also wanna look like I helped someone and all of that stuff. So I think if you could just start using the internet and the network that you have around you, it'll be easier to reach, you know, established artists to collaborate with. Yeah. She can sing? Yeah. Can you please sing first? Please,
Okay, I'm not gonna. Just a little bit.
Yeah, just the chorus, like.
Some people want it all, but I don't want nothing at all. If it ain't you, baby, if I got you, baby. Some people want diamond rings, and some just want everything,
Okay, we need to do something then. I promise. Yeah, definitely. You're amazing. Yeah. One more. Yeah, you guys have to get back to class, so I think we need to wrap up. No, they asked me, they gave me the permission to come here. They gave me the permission to have the conversation. Yeah, one more, yeah.
Yo,
what's up, bro?
My name is Fizzy Nimalo. I'm a upcoming dancer. OT1 Goats. We did big shows with Nasty. We did Anderson tour, and yeah, we've been on the internet. We have a great following. Our YouTube page, I think one of our videos had 50k views. We right now, I think in Durban, we the leaders of the Spruce. So right now, our battle as dancers, we are also transforming into artists now. We also making, we made a track with Breeze. That's called How You Doing. Yeah, so it's gonna.
That's a fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I think our biggest challenge is trying to get more recognition and I think my question is how do you work with the buzz, how do I manipulate that? you know how.
Yeah. So first you get the buzz, and then you start. Then you keep the buzz. Then you grow the buzz. She's got the plan, but it's all like, you know, taking the moment, man. You know, keep growing, and it's all a process. I think our generation, but this is very important. Our generation, the social media generation, has a big problem of entitlement, and we think that, you know, we're the RT generations. Like, yo, how many RTs to be a big star? Doesn't work like that. You can, even if you get 1 million RTs, doesn't mean now you have 1 million fans. You know, so I think we need to we need to have these conversations with people who look up to us and make them understand that it's all a process. It takes years and years. By the time that you see that star on TV, he's been grinding for 10 years on the same thing. So now that you have 50K views on one of the videos, then now you have to have 500,000 views. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's all a process. You just have to keep doing it and commit to it. Understand that it's not easy. It comes with sacrifices, and it'll all come together. Yeah. Wait, last question before I leave.
So my name is Alvin Bali, and basically everybody came here to see you. So I'd love to ask you to pop a few freestyles. Oh, just one freestyle on the spot.
Freestyle? Nah. I'm not. Nah. I don't. Nah. Let me tell you why. Like, I'm working on an album, right? And I wouldn't want to like rap something for the album, and then it's like you took that for it. And I don't like just freestyling unplanned, because it could go bad and it could go good. I've got this one video where it went really bad, and every time I see it on the internet, I'm like, man, I should have just said nah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not in the mood. Nah. Yo, man, this guy was just like, yeah, I think we're out of time, right? Yeah. One more. Yeah, we're out of time. I have to go, but we can take a few pictures before I go. Yeah, one time.